This video will show you how to unclog a drain. I'll use a drain cleaner first to show what that can do, and then I'll clean the drain by disassembling it. It's pretty easy and will take less than an hour the first time you do it, and probably 30 minutes after you've done it a few times. I do this because to bring a plumber in to clear a drain will cost about $150 depending on where you live. You don't need many tools for this. You need a plumber's wrench, an adjustable wrench, pipe joint compound, tape, 2 buckets, a flashlight, and good rubber gloves. You do not want to do this without wearing gloves. Drains should empty as fast as water flows into them. I'm going to show how slow this drain is and how the drain cleaner improves it. If you just want to see the repair and the disassembly, jump forward to 3 minutes and 25 seconds in the video. I have a slow draining bathroom sink here. I'm going to show you a couple ways to clear it. And I'm going to pour this water in and we'll time that to see how long it takes to drain. So start by pouring this in. Okay, it's empty. It should start on timer. Alright, that's just gone below the lip, and that took 1:10 to drain. So I'm going to start off with Drano Max Gel. Clears total blockages guaranteed. We'll see how this works. You can see the top there, it says pour half the bottle in, wait 15 to 30 minutes, and then flush drain. Repeat if necessary. I'm going to pour this whole bottle in. Alright, so that's the entire bottle, and we're going to give it the full 30 minutes. Okay, I've had that in there for 30 minutes. Went and filled the same container with hottest water I could get from another sink. Going to dump it in there, and then we'll count once it fills, and we'll see how long it takes to empty. Okay, I'm starting the timer. Alright, so that's at the end there. That took 38 seconds to drain. So it was better by about 30 seconds, but that's still a really slow drain. First thing I do is loosen the 2 connection points on the drain. Your drain may look a little different, but there still should be 2 main connection points. And that whole unit will drop off. So we're going to disconnect it here and here. The whole thing will drop off. I've got a bucket down below to contain it. Container. You can turn this, so it's going to come off. And your sink may look a little different on the other side, but it's got the rough thing. But this is basically a pipe joint compound that's on there. It allows you to get to it. And the same thing with the other one there. This one here will drop down onto the ring, so it's attached, and then once I have that off of there, it will drop into the bucket. Okay, so the top one I could loosen with my fingers. This bottom one here I could not, so I got a pipe wrench, and you just need this wide enough so it'll go around here, and it'll catch on a couple of those little bumps, and then you can turn it. That's probably finger loose now. Yeah. Okay, and this
Let's see, keep unscrewing this. Make sure you can see that, and then this whole thing will drop down. Okay.
We now need to remove the drain stop. I can't get the camera in there to show it, but I took some photos that describe the process. You're going to loosen the nut that connects the metal rod with the holes to the pull lever. You're going to push the pull lever up and out of the way. Then squeeze the spring clamp and slide the metal rod off the drain stop connector. Then you're going to unscrew the connector from the back of the drain pipe. Then that'll drop that into the bucket. Then you want to pull the drain stop up out of the sink, and that will have the drain stop disconnected.
Okay, these pieces I actually hose out in the yard. You do not want to rinse these in another sink because you have the same crap in there. And then once I have all this thing washed, then I will flush the contents of this down a toilet, but it'll be well diluted. Okay, so this piece came off earlier off the, we're going to use this again, but it's metal. I can clean it pretty easily, and it's going to be long enough for me to get most of this crap out of there. So, and so I've still got the bucket on there. So I'm going to turn the water on slowly, and then use this from the top to push it through. I'm going to get it from the bottom side. Turn the water off because it just dropped it on me when I was doing this. I'll run the water through one more time. And at the top, I've got the water going at this from a slight angle, so it's not dropping straight into the hole at the top of the side. You can do that.
This is the before and after of the drain pipe. All that goes into this drain is toothpaste, soap, and water. I don't know how it gets like that, but it does.
Okay, the good news is that all the bad work is behind us now. Now we're just putting it back together. So I wanted to go over the drain stop a little more detail. So you see that hole there in the back of the drain stop? That's going to go in to the drain stop with that facing the back like that. And that hole in the back, this rod is going to come in and connect. See how it's on there? So you push this in from the back, you hook the drain stop, and then this lever goes up and down with the pull on the back. Okay, so underneath there on the sink, I'm going to put pipe joint compound around this ring, around the ring on the back there. That's where the slide goes in for the drain stop. So that piece, I'm going to put pipe joint compound around there. And then I'm going to put it on the threads on this one, which is going to go in like that. So as a reminder, this is going to come back up and go on there like that. So I'll get everything attached in there. I'm going to not do it super tight to start. Then I'll get it in there and get it all tightened up. Alright, so the pipe joint compound has a brush in it, and then all you do is you brush it around the joints that you want to seal. It just makes it so it's water can't get in there. Okay, so I threaded that on, I pulled that tight. This is also threaded on, just finger tight right now. And in the back there, I have this thing on. It's not super tight yet because I was checking to make sure that that was taking that up and down, which it is. So I know that now that it's through there, now I can turn that to tighten it up. And I'll show you how to put it on there. Okay, so I got everything on here tight, not incredibly tight. I'm going to check for any obvious leaks. So, turn the water on. Come down here and look for any drips. You gotta let a certain amount of water get in here because it's gonna fill up this loop right here. That's why you want to make sure this is watertight here, because once it gets there, it's draining. So I'm not too worried about this one up here, or I did that seam, or that one. That's the main one I'm worried about. I want to make sure that one's watertight, because this water's not under pressure anymore. It's just, it's already, you know, out of the pipe, it's just draining. So once it gets to the bottom of this back pipe, then it's going to start going to the drain. So this is above, this is above that drain. This seam I didn't touch. This is the only seam I really worry about. And the other one is this guy right here, which is for the rear drain, or the downspout, or the stop. So really that's the only, this is the one I'm really worried about. So I'm going to take the pipe wrench and make that a little tighter just to make sure. But so far it looks good. Okay, so I did 2 like quarter turns or 1/8 turns, but that's plenty for what I needed to do. Alright, so we're going to do one final test of the thing. We'll do the same jug test. I'm going to put a timer on it though so you can see how quickly it drains. Okay, so same jug. Alright, previously this is where we started the timer. And the water's gone.
We're now going to install the drain stop. I can't get the camera in there to show a video of this, but I do explain the process and I have some pictures that help. One tip doing this by yourself, you want to close the drain and you want to tape the pull rod so that it's up. This is the drain closed position on the pull rod. Once you have the rod taped in place, we're going to go below the sink and make the connections. If you look at the picture on your screen, step 1 is slide the rod with a nut onto the bottom of the drain pole. You want to have at least 1 inch from the bottom and don't tighten the nut yet. Now you want to look at step 2 on your screen. The metal rod with the nut has several holes in it. One should be close to the level of the rod coming out the back of the drain pipe. We're going to slide on the pinch clamp, the spring clamp, and then the rod, and then the second hole on the spring clamp. So they make a sandwich around the rod. You have to pinch the spring clamp to bend it so it slides onto the rod, and you want to have it about 1 inch from the end of the rod. Once it's all lined up, use the adjustable wrench to tighten the nut, and you do want that tight. And then we're going to remove the tape and test the drain stop.
Okay, so this is now attached. I'll get it up and down, as you'd expect it to. Turn on some water. Let's fill this up. I'm going to do one more drain. Look for any water leaking through. Prior to doing this last test, I'll wipe everything down as best I can. Make sure it's all dry. And I'm putting a full sheet of paper towels underneath there. Now the sink is just about full, and I'm going to release it. Just open the drain. You can hear the water. Looking for any drops that appear. Sink is empty, at least dry. Gonna leave that in there for a day, check it again later, and should be done.